in Marcus Garvey Park here in Harlem, and I stumbled upon a drum circle. They're kind of winding down, but they were really going at it. Good evening. Hi, Ernie. How are you? So I'm in Marcus Garvey Park, and I stumbled upon this drum circle. But I think they're kind of winding down. They were really going at it for a while. Oh, great. I'm blessed too. Yes, thank you. Thanks for the hearts. I'm hoping they start up again because they were really, really going for it. But I think we kind of caught them at the end. But it's a drum circle, and they've just been jamming. They've been vibing with each other. They had all kinds of percussion instruments. So I'm hoping they start again. But I know they've been going for a while, so they may be tired. Thank you for the hearts. That's so awesome. I think they're gonna start up again though. It looks like it. So anyway, we're gonna get into singing tips, but I just wanted to share that experience with you. It's pretty awesome, right? Wow, it's so funny. I just stumbled across them and I thought, wow, this is so cool. Yeah, so anyway, I know, right? But I think they're kind of winding down because they've been going at it for a while, and it looks like some of them are kind of, you know, they're kind of getting to that point. So I said, okay, this is a good point for me to break away. Oh, thank you for sharing. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. So yeah, we're here at Singing Tips again for another episode. And oh man, I've been telling you, they deserve it because they've been going at it for a while. So I said, you know, it's time for them to wind down. But yeah, so it's really cool. I thought, wow, this is awesome. So this is Marcus Garvey Park. I wonder, is this too dark? Let me know if you can see me. Okay. Yeah, so this is Marcus Garvey Park here in Harlem. It's a really nice park. They have an amphitheater, so they have like concerts here, and I just found that drum circle. I'm like, wow, this is really cool. So I'm here for another episode of Singing Tips. I'm New York vocalist Benita Charles, bringing you, oh, you can see, great. So bringing you tips for beginner singers. And so we've talked about building your foundation. The first 10 tips was building that talent, your voice. And now we're into performing in front of an audience. So all these tips is all about performing in front of an audience. Tip number 11 was for you to just start to sing in front of people, whether it's family and friends or an open mic or artist showcase. And number 12 was for you to project your voice. So when you sing in front of people, you stand with confidence. Oh, looks like they're starting back again. And then last week was all about handling interruptions. And so we talked about, how do you handle yourself technical difficulties, because it happens. So this week I wanted to talk about the difference between singing with a band and singing with tracks. So some venues that you have gigs that they would rather you have a band. Like you hear these guys in the background, you can hear them. I would say preference for me would be to sing with a band, because you have a lot of flexibility when you sing with a band. You can extend the song, you can talk to the audience more, you can actually have your own interpretation. When you sing with tracks, a lot of times everything is pretty much set in stone. Live bands are better to work with, exactly. You really develop as a singer your own style when you sing with a live band. Tracks has their place, because sometimes some events that you have, you maybe it's not paying a lot, and it costs some money to have a band. So it's good to have tracks, because you can sing to those tracks, and if you do a good job, it's just as good as singing with a band. But it's just that, there's nothing like live music with musicians and the vocalists together. There's nothing like it. It really is next level. But of course, if you sing with tracks, you're going to be just as good as well if you practice and you know that song. So, that really is understood. But it's just that it's just nothing like live music with a band. And you really learn as a singer, because you lead the song, the band follows you. So you are the commander in chief, if you will, and you let that band know if you want to. You set the tempo, you set the tone of that song, and that's why it's really good singing with a live band. So, but like I said, I love filming live. Oh, you do? Oh, I know, right? It's just awesome. And especially if you can film the essence of what that band is giving in the room, that's awesome. Because and to be honest with you, filming is great, but it's nothing like experiencing a live band for yourself. The energy, the love, and next week we're going to talk about engaging with the audience, and because that's what a live band will give you. I mean, of course you can engage with the audience with tracks, don't get me wrong, but there's nothing like that engagement you have with a band. It's just, with the music and the voice, and it's just unbelievable. I did film a live band last year. Oh, you did? Do you have it online where we can see it? Is it on YouTube or anything that we could see it? I'd be interested to see it. Do you have it available? Oh no, why? You don't want to post it? Or maybe it's a permission thing with the band that you filmed? Is that is that why you didn't post it? Oh, okay, yeah. But I would love to see that, because I love to see live performances, especially if it's great. So that's really cool. But yeah, oh, one thing I wanted to mention about singing with tracks is that sometimes you have to make sure it's a good quality track, because there have been times when I've sang with tracks and it didn't play, it didn't work. So make sure you have a good quality, and be prepared to sing a cappella, because if that track doesn't work, you still have to bring it, So just make sure you are prepared. But just, I would say have a good quality track to sing to. But I've had a situation where at that time, I may be dating myself, but at that time I had they call it a DAT tape. Like, it was like one of those high quality tapes. And I got it done in a studio, and it didn't play, or something happened on stage, and I was out there, I was stuck out there. But you know what? I just sang anyway, and people loved it. And that's what you have to do sometimes. Sometimes you have to go for it and go with it. And it actually made the show great, because everybody enjoyed the fact that I didn't let it throw me. So yeah, I see there was somebody behind me. I was wondering if he could photobomb me. But he kept it moving. But oh, hi. He had a dog. But yeah, so that's the thing I would say about tracks, is to just make sure that your track is a good quality, because sometimes technical difficulties can happen. It can skip. Don't be lip syncing, because you've seen that happen to some people. They were lip syncing and that track skipped, or maybe they played the wrong track. So that's why you have to make sure you are on point when it comes to that track. But if you with a live musician, with musicians, if something happens, they can change the direction. They can change the tempo. It's really cool. With a track too. Another thing that you have to worry about is you got to practice to that track, because that track is set in stone. There's no changing. It is what it is. So you learn, you practice to that track, so you know exactly what's coming. But with a band, you can make it your own. You can make the song your own. You can change the arrangement. You can have your own arrangement. That's the great thing about singing with a live band. So if you can, I would say sing with a live band. But tracks have their place. Like, there are times when you don't want to spend the money for a band, and maybe it's people want you for 15 minutes. They don't mind you. My last one of the show I did on June 21st for Make Music New York, I had a combination of both. I had 3 shows that day. 2 of the shows I used tracks, and one show, the one at Mist in Harlem, I had my trio. And so I had a guitarist and percussionist. And we rocked it. Everybody loved it. We sang everything from Motown to, my original music. Wow, this is crazy. I actually sang Glad I was able to catch you. Oh, thank you. So you're a singer. So we're talking about the difference between singing with a live band and singing with tracks. So do you have a preference, or what do you think? I say that, there's some cases where you kind of need your tracks, where it's a short gig and you don't want to spend the money for paying the musicians, and the event or the venue doesn't mind you using tracks. Sometimes it's worth it. But I think there's nothing like singing with a live band. There's nothing like, you as a singer, you'd rather sing on track. Oh, why is that? I'm just curious. Why would you rather sing with a track as opposed to a full band? Just curious. There's nothing wrong with that, because singing with a track, you have your background already set. The music is set in stone. You know exactly, if you practice to it, you know exactly what's coming, what's happening. But if you haven't sing with a live musician, I'm telling you, I guess because that's what I'm used to. And yes, exactly. Okay, yeah, you know what? It's okay. So I'm gonna give you a hint. So if you want to get some practice singing with live musicians, go to open mics with a live band, because that will give you the experience you need, and it's a low investment. You don't have to worry about paying for a band. All you gotta do is sign up, and sometimes there's a little sign-up fee, maybe $5, $10. But you can go every week, and that is one way you can start singing with a band and get that practice. without an investment. So think about it. Where are you located? Just curious, where are you located? I'm in New York. I've sung with a pianist, and they messed me up. Well, the thing is, H-Town, is that, what is H-Town? Is that Houston, or is that Houston? Oh, I was right. I like that band, H-Town. Were they from Houston? Okay. Yeah, I love H-Town. But well, you know what? In your case, it's best to practice with that person. Now, was it a case where you didn't have a chance to practice with that person? Because when you, yes, they actually, oh, your cousins? Well, you should have been able to practice if they were your cousins. Or maybe there was no time. It might have been a time limit, you know. No, you didn't. Yeah, maybe you didn't have the time. But next time, try to practice with that person, especially because in a situation like that, you need to rehearse. Because both of you, because I know with my group, sometimes we only have a chance to do one rehearsal. But that one rehearsal is golden, because once we get to that performance, everybody knows what's going on. Everybody knows what to do. So I would say in your situation in the future, if it's, you know, one musician, two musicians, whatever, just make sure you have a rehearsal, because that'll give you that confidence you need. And no, the group grown. It's my cousin. Well, it doesn't matter if you're relatives or not. You need a rehearsal, because you don't want to. That's the thing. You don't want. You want to be polished when you get in front of people. H-Town, all right. Now I like that group. But yeah, H-Town is in the house. All right. But yeah, I would say make sure you have a rehearsal. So promise me the next time that happens, that's not going to happen again, because you're going to be well rehearsed. But, you know, if you feel more comfortable with the track in that situation and you don't want to trust your cousins, I totally understand. But I would say, do they have open mics in Houston that you can go that have live bands, right? Because that's one way you can get an experience with singing with a band, and it's a low investment. You don't have to worry about paying a band. They're already there. And, you know, you just sign up. So that's one way of doing it. But thank you so much for interacting with me. And I'm glad I got a singer on the line. So this is cool. If you want more information on these tips, they're on Instagram. I'm on Instagram, BCM Sings. In the bio, you can click on that link, and that's my singing tips blog. So all of the singing tips that I've done so far, you can catch it. Laugh your butt off, huh? You said you love H-Town, the group, right? I was saying they are my, oh, they're your cousins. Whoa, that's cool. Wow, that's great. Awesome. Yeah, wow, that's great. I love them. Well, that's cool. You got some, hey, you got some famous cousins. What are they helping you in terms of the business, or what's going on? What are they doing? Are they helping you in that sense? Just curious. I know, I mean, this business is, you know, it's kind of tricky. But, you know, as long as you keep yourself out there and you keep doing it, I say go for it. And you got a connection there, so use it. If they can help you, hey, you know, why not? But that's awesome that they're your cousins. Well, you tell your cousins I love their music. My name is Benita Charles. I'm located here in New York. I'm New York vocalist Benita Charles. I do these singing tips. One of them, right, oh yeah, my condolences to that. The other one, I don't talk to him much. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm so sorry about the one that passed away. I was sorry to hear that. Well, I mean, okay, you do your own research. That's all right. Yeah, you know what? It's okay. And you're gonna get it on your own terms, so that's all right. I just say don't never give up and just keep striving. Where are you? Do you have your music on? Do you have online on SoundCloud? Can we hear some of your music anywhere? Are you on YouTube? What's your artist name? Just curious. But that's all right. I mean, you know what? You just keep striving, keep putting it out there. I mean, the world needs your music, so you can find me. I'm everywhere. I'm on Snapchat. I was gonna say everywhere except Snapchat. I'm on Snapchat. I'm just still trying to figure out how to use it. But I'm Benita Charles on Snapchat. BCM Sings. Instagram and Snapchat. BCM Sings. Benita Charles everywhere else. YouTube. Facebook. I have just one song, mostly use Facebook though. Rose Royalty. Okay, Rose Royalty, we're gonna look out for you. I'm Benita Charles. I'm gonna look for you on Facebook. My name is Benita Charles. Benita Charles Music is my music page. So yeah, I will definitely look for you. And Rose, don't you give up. And thank you so much for joining us today. That's gonna do it for me. But one thing before I go, I would like to mention that next week I'm gonna be performing with the band Preacher Man and Revival in Harlem at the Shrine. I'm gonna have the information everywhere on my social media, but I just wanted to, it's a free show if you're in the New York area. It's a wonderful, wonderful band that I perform with, and it's not a gospel band, but it's a soulful music for your soul. And next week we're going to talk about engagement with the audience, and I'm telling you, every time I do that show, the love that we get from the audience and just everything is wonderful. So next week we're going to talk about audience engagement. But thank you so much for joining me. I hope you can join me next week. Oh, also, so you're gonna tune in next week? I do every Saturday. Well, next week, because I'm gonna be performing, it may be a little earlier. I normally do it in the evening, but it may be like in the afternoon. But just watch out for me. I'm gonna look for you, Rose, on Facebook. But oh, thank you. Yeah, and I always post everything on Twitter, everything. So thanks a lot, and good luck with your music. And thanks for joining me. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the weekend here at Marcus Garvey Park in Harlem. See ya. Bye.